We're back. Yes, we're back, and we are about to use the fucking
luminol.
Yes. I mean, obviously we can use it here.
Handprints. Enhance. I knew it. This is someone's right handprint. What?
What's the matter, detective?
This locker, it's mine.
I told you.
All right. I'm sorry. I didn't notice. I didn't even realize he opened one up. I just thought he was showing us the other lockers.
Well, he was showing how they open, and
I thought it was showing that the open locker that was Goodman's locker. I thought he was just showing that they can open with the use of the thumbprint.
I guess you didn't see the open locker when
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Because when it panned over, it happened real quick, and I didn't see it.
Gotcha.
It's yours? Please. You have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals?
This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plan.
I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. What? But you're a detective.
Good grief.
Is there some sort of weird feud going on between the police and the detectives? Try around his Goodman's locker more. Oh, what? Oh. I guess that must be where he stabbed, right in his...
Yeah. This must have been a massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective?
Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien? This proves that something really happened in front of this locker.
I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Sorry, I thought she said it.
Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked.
Good grief.
Yeah.
Okay, any blood anywhere else? How about on this side?
Oh! Huh? Why am I getting a reaction here?
There's no reason for the murderer to touch this part if he fled the door. This just might be something significant.
Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal.
What? Oh, sorry.
What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where did you
get this, Emma?
I always buy it by mail order.
Well, I better jot this down on the floor plans.
Hey, pal, look at the time.
Was that something you need to be going to?
It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be laying out soon. I'm going to give them my report for the day. It might help, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer?
The one that says nothing but no problems?
Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him.
Who needs enemies when you got friends like Detective Gumshoe?
I'm off, pal. Later.
And I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Does that mean there's no blood anywhere else, I guess?
I guess?
Okay, well, I'll leave then, I suppose. Let's look at the floor plans, because it said, yeah, all the places of blood are marked now.
Interesting. Both of them were part of the right hand, too. It was well, Meekin's left hand is the one that's injured, right?
Yes.
But it was Lana Sky's right hand that was injured for her.
Yes.
Weird.
Where would Edgeworth be? Here? No. The detention center?
No. It's Meekin's. Move.
That's not what I meant to do. Wait, actually, you know what? What if we show him this?
Oh, yeah, we could get his ID.
Yeah.
Well, assuming he has one.
Officer Meekins.
He's Officer Meekins, so not... Well, then again, it's the whole thing is interconnected, because, you know... So, maybe.
Could you take a look at this?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir? He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright.
It takes a special kind of man to pass a buck to Edgeworth. Okay, well, I guess that's a fail.
Let's see. Ooh, can we talk... Wait, would she still have one?
Maybe?
I mean, no harm in trying, I guess, right?
Fail.
Guess not. Well, then who else is on there?
Well, we can talk to Edgeworth about it, I guess.
Gumshoe's on there. Probably. Right?
Well, no.
Actually, maybe not.
We already showed it to Gumshoe.
Right, and he said that Edgeworth was on there.
Yeah. What? Bellboy?
What?
Ah, guests. My apologies.
The fuck are you... What's he doing here?
I
know, but... What?
Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here?
There. Standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Right.
He has a hotel bring him tea service?
Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry?
Wait, is this the same hotel across from Phoenix's apartment?
I guess so?
Does Phoenix live right next to where Edgeworth lives?
I don't think so.
Because
I don't think he lives here. I think it's just where his office is.
Well,
just like where that's
okay,
where
fine.
Phoenix's office is, but he also lives
Fine.
there.
Is Phoenix's office right next to Edgeworth's office?
I don't think so.
Because if this is the same hotel, that hotel is right across the way from Phoenix's office.
Well, I mean, I don't think the hotel is necessarily across the way. It's probably further out, and it just happens to...
It was like right next to it, remember? Because the witness saw...
For Phoenix, yes, I know. I meant, like, I don't know if that hotel is necessarily near Edgeworth's office.
But that bellboy, it seemed to say that this is the same hotel.
They're not. They're in the prosecutor's office. They're not in the hotel.
Oh yeah, you're right. So what the fuck was the bellboy doing here?
Bringing him tea from the hotel.
So the hotel guy went from a station at the hotel to the prosecutor's office to deliver tea to Edgeworth.
Apparently.
What the fuck?
I don't fucking know. Anyway, I am.
By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you.
Ah, yes. He had brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me, somehow.
The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him.
Well, can I present this to you?
The ID card report.
Oh, right. I better check this now.
As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage?
Edgeworth, you went to the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less.
Yes, that's true. But why? Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office.
But it was solid, right? Why would it would have to be if the evidence was already filed.
The Chief has never wanted to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case.
Now I'm curious about this other case. I better make a note of it.
AI-16?
Well, it's not the SL6.
Nope. Stubborn as always. I told you, this has nothing to do with the current case.
Well, let's examine it.
Just in case.
The tag says AI-16.
What's that got to do with anything?
Nothing, apparently. At least that's what Edgeworth said.
That makes it seem all the more suspicious.
Who knows? Oh, sorry.
This might turn out to be the clue that breaks the case.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I'm telling you, there's something going on with the Chief. He's tampering with something here. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but something's going on.
So, how did the inquiry committee go?
Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communication error due to the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again.
Again?
I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago.
Are you okay for the trial tomorrow?
Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However...
Something happened?
They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police, Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results.
I see.
Why would this particular case go all the way up to the Chief?
Well, I guess it's because the persecutor, the chief persecutor, is in the defendant's seat, no less.
Yeah, but when the high prosecutor previously was in the defendant's seat, where was he?
High prosecutor?
That's what Miles is. Miles Edgeworth, he's the high prosecutor.
Oh, right, but he's not the chief prosecutor.
Granted, but he's still pretty high up there.
Yeah?
So, where was he during that case?
I don't know.
In fact, where was any of the police department during that entire case? I'm just saying, there's something fishy going on between the detectives and the police department. I don't know what it is, but there's something I can't quite place here. Something is going on here, and it's bothering the shit out of me, but I can't figure out what it is.
Okay.
Why, I ask you? Why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still.
No, I've never seen him this out of sorts. A work desk. It's quite tidy, as one might expect.
Also, with the fact that Chief Gant was asking Edgeworth, of all people, to bring evidence from the locker room and keep it at the prosecutor's office, Gant is up to something. Especially now that he's been out of control because he's the chief of police and everything. Mm-hmm. Something's going on. Something's fishy about that guy.
And just a screwdriver, no less.
Well, that, and also all of the evidence of Goodman's locker and desk and everything. All of Goodman's belongings have been seized by the police as well.
That's true.
So why would he want the screwdriver to be kept here? Which, from a somewhat unrelated case whatsoever. Why? What would even be the point?
Oh.
Just to have Miles check in there and then have the deed done? What if Gant's the one that killed him? For some reason.
But why?
Gant was also involved somehow with the SL9 incident? Maybe he was the perpetrator there?
The serial killer?
I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but it's not an entirely implausible theory.
A serial killer as chief of police. Wouldn't that be a thing?
Yeah. The thing is, if he's a serial killer, why would he wait this long in between, Well, we need to know more about SL9 and see what the serial killer's, things were there before I could really pursue that idea.
Yeah.
Too much further. And we're gathering evidence on that, it seems, but the rest of it, I guess, Gant has. Mm-hmm. Which means we're going to have to go over to the police department and somehow try to get him to give it to us.
Yeah.
Or find something else to deal with it.
Right. Anyway.
What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's polished so high I could see my own reflection.
Okay, this is the same thing. I wasn't sure if there's a new thing.
Maybe I'll find soon here.
Okay, something will change there eventually. Just not yet, I guess.
Okay.
I guess
changes? The reflection you see?
I don't want to spoil it.
Alright. Right. Please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea.
I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth just told you no in a very polite manner.
Whose side are you on, anyway?
Edgeworth, clearly.
Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him.
What did you show him previously?
I showed him my fucking badge. Yeah.
Alright.
The jar? No. Okay, what's my best evidence? I already showed him this. How about this? No.
A murder weapon?
This? No. Oh, yes. Wait, hold on.
Whoa.
I missed all that. Hold on. I'm gonna skip past this and redo it.
I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right?
It all has to do with that case you were on. The SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion that you were wrapped up in.
You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later.
He must be talking about his father's murder in the elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth.
And then I guess you can talk to him. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. Heinous.
Heinous, yeah.
Oh, heinous.
Your Highness. No.
Your heinous.
No.
The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gant.
That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too, then?
Wait, so shouldn't he have also gotten a demotion? So why is he chief of police? Unless he is the one that did something with it. I knew something was fishy about this guy. He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous.
You know what I think it is? It's because he's orange, like Trump.
I was gonna say he was tanned. Just freaking wow. Okay, listen, he is not as bad as Trump.
I know.
Like, come on.
I know.
Anyway, we're getting political.
I just thought it was funny because like people say orange and
Cheeto.
Yeah.
What was it? The Cheeto in Chief or something? Commander in Cheeto. Anyway, I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth?
What I want to know is why a deputy chief of police is on the investigation.
In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed.
Wait, you didn't...
Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science... Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid, Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will.
Edgeworth, I'm really...
No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved.
Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well?
Well, let's get going. One last investigation.
Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. I guess that's a hint at where to go. However...
Wow, I'm glad that Edgeworth in his own way is also trying to help him be like, I can't tell you what to do with this. I can't tell you what not to do with it.
Right.
And just kind of like casually like pushes it across the desk toward you.
There is nothing to examine on this. There's literally nothing.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Kind of near the bottom of the
nope,
thingy.
I already looked.
Well.
Okay, well, back to the...
Underground parking lot?
Yeah, no, back to the, evidence room.
Entrance, and then, okay. Guard station, and then to the... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint.
Here, in this blood on the detective's locker.
I mean, there's the other one too, but okay. Let's use a secret weapon we just borrowed.
Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger.
A finger?
Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So, let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print.
I really can't tell the difference at a glance.
Quick procrastinating and choose a finger. Looks like probably the thumb.
I mean, maybe? What's this part right here? Is that anything?
Nothing. Looks like a dent or something. Maybe a weird smudge. Not blood. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done.
Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes.
First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around.
Huh? How do you do that?
With enter. See?
Ah, it looks like that did the trick.
The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess.
Huh? How do I do that?
With E. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See?
Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to, though, and I might take some few button presses to figure out which one E is.
It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright.
I guess I'd better give it a try.
A is for dust, Y is for blow.
Oh, okay. Thank you for actually showing the controls on the bottom.
Yeah. Thank you, game developers. That's actually really nice.
You think that's good enough?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Aha! You did it! You found one!
But it looks nothing like a fingerprint.
Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't.
What does it mean?
I think it means we're out of luck.
Out of luck?
The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves.
Don't tell me what we've been wasting our time here.
Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints?
Other prints?
Looking at the locker door again closely, it seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print.
Fingerprints outside the blood.
Okay, I guess maybe that now is...
Oh, now I can, okay. I guess I just had to do that first.
You had to get the tutorial down before you could go into the actual bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say make sure to whiten up the middle there real good.
Yeah.
Alright, and give it a blow.
Press B to blow. Or sorry, E to blow.
Yay! A print so clear it's dazzling!
Dazzling?
Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away.
So we're not done yet? This is quite a process.
Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right?
I guess she's right.
Look at that fingerprint data we got from Edgeworth. And point out the person you think left these prints.
Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was?
I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So, whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker?
Probably Gumshoe's. Because this is his locker after all.
Right.
And would you look at that?
Matches. Comparing 2, 3, 4, 5, 10? What? It goes up to 16?
I guess.
Why not just make it all the way to 20? Like,
I don't know.
Whatever. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look.
I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what?
Okay, so we came out with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright.
Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out.
Oh boy! I'm kind of sad this is like the only time we get to use this. Do you have to like spray it again or something?
I don't think so.
Well, it's not really showing there, so I mean...
Oh, right. Maybe I do have to spray it. What if I just examine? This is where we got the luminal fluid reaction, right?
Right. There was a handprint here. Okay. Want to try using this?
There go her eyes sparkling again.
Of course check for prints. Like, what?
Yeah. Okay, let's check for prints.
That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first.
What?
The area with the blood was wiped away, right?
We only ended up finding it using the chemical means.
Any prints in that area will have been wiped away, too.
Oh, right. So that means no prints.
Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high?
Don't ask me.
Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away.
Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand.
Okay.
So look for where a finger would be?
So I guess theoretically there-ish?
I guess.
And whose locker is this supposed to be?
Because
this is not Goodman's.
No, Goodman's is open on the other side.
Yeah, we don't know whose locker this is.
Correct.
Okay. And this isn't Gumshoe's either, because his is the one with the other handprint on it.
Yes.
And the thumbprint that belonged to him.
Yes.
Alright. Odd. Well, go for it.
Alright. Was that not good enough for you? Do I have to, like...
Maybe go around the other edge a little bit more, just to double.
Okay.
Maybe it's a little bit bigger. Oh, alright.
No.
No. Yeah.
Yes.
Looks like... Is that Marshall's locker?
Yeah, maybe?
Wait. Why would his hand be the one that's bloody? Unless... No, you don't think so.
Hey, the fingerprints, they're...
Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know?
It's Officer Marshall.
Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime.
Emma, this decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction, the blood and the fingerprints are in the same place.
Oh. Oh!
So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on wiped bloodstain.
But why would Officer Marshall...
It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence.
I don't believe it. To be continued. Wow. But why? Gant, Edgeworth, Marshall, Starr,
Lana.
And Lana, I guess, were all involved with this SL9 incident. Oh, and Goodman.
And Goodman, yes. Well, was Lana? Actually, I don't know. Maybe?
No, actually, I don't think so. Because Edgeworth was the one that was overseeing everything. He was the prosecutor for that. Lana, I don't think she was a part of it.
The detectives on the case were
Starr, Goodman.
Goodman, yeah. So I guess Lana wasn't involved.
Yeah. So the three of them plus Gant was overseeing the whole thing, which he was still deputy chief
at that time, point. Yeah.
And then Edgeworth. Out of those, Gant got a promotion. Goodman got a... Well, actually, I think Goodman stayed in the same position. Yeah. But
Jake Marshall got demoted,
and Starr
got fired.
Yeah,
Starr got fired, and Jake got
Edgeworth,
demoted.
I guess, got a talking to. But also, it was his first case, so I guess it didn't really matter too much. I mean, he did his job. He got the guilty verdict he was looking for, but he always seems to question it. So, anyway, so what do you think, Mr. Wright?
I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. Oh.
The victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lana! Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed.
I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning.
We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So how'd it go? Well, as Mr. Wright suspects, the police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But Lana, don't tell me you... Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are.
Miss Skye? We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall.
What kind of trace evidence?
Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you?
In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall?
We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Skye?
Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is... Who? I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
Wow, this is one messed up trial.
One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today, I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself.
And that's supposed to be an admirable trait?
Admirable.
Admirable?
Very well. Let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer?
Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go.
Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir! I am Officer Mike Meekins, sir! My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir! So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir! I'm the one who did it! I'll never kill anyone again! Sir, you've got to believe me, sir! Actually, what we'd like to hear from you is... Sir, I'm telling you, you would call part of the younger I'm what you would call part of the younger generation, sir! A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend! Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Help me, sir. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir! Give us your report of the crime. Consider that in order. Yes, sir! As you wish! After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir!
Okay.
We can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm.
Well, on the next episode, we will get the witness report.
The testimony.
Yeah.
Yay!
See you guys next time.
Bye!